Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 11 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, the 24th day of February 2025. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening to my voice anywhere else on the planet this morning, you've probably gone to our website to tune in. That's always streaming at ksje.com. Also, we want to welcome our viewers who are joining us today. The video of this program is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, each and every one of you. I'm so glad that you're joining me today because coming up, I'm going to be talking about one of San Juan County's newest businesses, Sasquatch XC, their expedition campers. And we'll explain all of that and why they have decided to set up business here in San Juan County. That is coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE, so stay tuned for that. Next up this hour will be our Monday Reboot segment, of course. That's when I get to talk technology with Lewis Campbell from Synergy Computer Systems here in Farmington. You'll hear that and see that today at 8:50 a.m. on KSJE. Mick Kass is standing by to take over Studio A. He'll take us roving with the arts, our weekday classical music program. That's coming your way next hour here on KSJE. Don't forget, you can connect with us on X and Instagram in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And we remind you about our podcast. You can subscribe for free and maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed by listening to one of our KSJE podcasts. I want to remind you about a tech impact this morning. Aztec Municipal School District has told us that they are closed for the entire day today because of some technology issues district-wide. Aztec schools are closed on this Monday. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it is a sunny Monday morning, 34 degrees at the moment. We're expecting a sunny and mild day today with a high near 60 degrees. Clear tonight, the low 32. It'll be sunny and a bit warmer tomorrow with a high of 63 on Tuesday, 54 with sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday, and 61 with sunshine on Friday, maybe back into the mid-60s by Saturday, and overnight lows, as you can see this week, right around 30 degrees. Back with my guests and more right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, whose vision is to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities they are privileged to serve. Offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so residents can live life better here. San Juan Regional Medical Center, community-owned and operated, here for you. Joining me now in Studio A, as I mentioned, the co-founder of Sasquatch XC. Kass Kremer is here in the studio with me this morning. Thank you for coming in. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
Congratulations, too, on relocating your company to San Juan County and San Juan College, the Enterprise Center.
Yeah, it's been great.
Tell me a little bit about Sasquatch XC. You are a maker of kind of off-road camping equipment, or campers, specifically, right?
Yeah, we have two products. One's an actual sleep inside camper. It has sleeping quarters, queen-size bed, heat, air conditioning, all the amenities you would want in an RV.
Right.
And then the second product is a scaled-down version of it, and the interior is designed to haul cargo, so you can sleep on top on a rooftop tent. But that enables you to get all the cargo out of your tow vehicle, your Jeep, and put it inside of the camper itself.
Got you. Okay. And so the image we see right now, which one is that?
That's called the Highland 60, and that's the sleep inside camper.
Okay. So that's got all the
Yeah.
amenities that you would want. And is that a solar panel on top that I see?
It is, yes, designed to go off grid.
Okay.
So an extra large battery, an inverter, so you can get your AC power, and then that solar panel on top will charge the battery.
Nice. And these are manufactured now here.
Yep, 100% in Farmington, New Mexico.
How about that? That's very cool. At the Enterprise Center.
Yep.
And so, talk to me a little bit about the decision of moving into the Enterprise Center. You had been located in Silverton, right?
Yeah. So you spent the first 3 years in Silverton, Colorado, and after a year of operating there, we had an 18-month backlog of orders. The products themselves were very popular. But the scaling in Silverton was the biggest hurdle for us. And it was the access to facilities and the workforce there. So once we outgrew our facility, which was very fast, there were no other facilities for us to move into. So we had to kind of broaden our search regionally for a bigger facility that had more resources for us.
Gotcha. And that's what brought you to the Enterprise Center.
It is, exactly, yeah.
Okay. And so here you have what, 2 bays, right?
We do.
In that center?
We do. So, one thing you really look for a manufacturing facility is just wide open space.
Right.
With lots of electrical outlets, air supply, and that's exactly what the Enterprise Center had. Previously, we were in a mining facility that we remodeled and repurposed, and there's lots of little rooms, and it's made it hard for material to flow back and forth. But the Enterprise Center is just one big bay with all of the electrical you would need to run a company or manufacturing company.
Right. So it's working out well.
It's working out really well.
Nice.
So the first bay is primarily for our fabrication, material processing, everything that gets made prior to powder coating. And then after everything's powder coated, we begin our assembly process. So we actually build the trailers at that point. And that's in the second bay, which is double wide. It's really big.
Okay.
But it lets us kind of spread out all the parts and get everything kind of staged the way that we want it.
Nice. And it takes you how long to build one of these one of these products?
Right now it takes about a month.
Okay.
2 months from start to finish. But we have one trailer going in each bay. So we're still building these one at a time, but we have 2 going at once. And that allows us to deliver a trailer once a month. And the goal is by the end of the year to double that just through doubling our workforce.
Okay, which you're looking to do too, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
we are.
Okay,
Yeah.
How many folks do you have working for you now?
We're up to 6, and by the end of the year we're hoping to have 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
Very good. And you mentioned too that you had about an 18-month lag, I guess, in supplying these trailers to folks at campers, to folks who had ordered them, right? And so you obviously, it's a nice problem to have a high demand for your product, but also you probably don't want your customers waiting that long to get their hands on one of these devices, right? And so you want to lower that or shorten that waiting period, I guess, right?
Exactly, and I think most customers would not want to wait a year and a half to get their trailer. They want those things built in time for camping season.
Right.
And that's our goal, is to shorten that lead time, so that when they have the trailer picked out, we can build it for them a lot faster and have it ready to go.
Right. What would your ideal wait time be? That 1 month or maybe 2 months to just wait to get it built to specs of what they want?
We're actually shooting to start building ahead, have some campers in stock, so that will give customers the opportunity to buy one that's ready to go, or if they want us to build one specifically for them, depending on what color configuration they want, 3 to 4 months would probably be a good lead time for us. Yeah.
Okay, very good. But you could do they could buy it off the shelf, so to speak.
Yeah.
Or if they wanted a custom design, you could do that too.
Exactly. So we'll build a few that they're a specific color, and they're kind of at a certain point where once they can figure out, we can put it together pretty quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, because of some of these things that you have in them, as you mentioned to me, the different camper amenities and things like that, that seems to me like a lot of components, a lot of different pieces, right, that go into some of these, correct?
Exactly right. And we try to make them so that they're configurable rather than customizable, keep the production going on those things, but they have a pretty wide range of options that they can choose from, all the way from air conditioning to bigger batteries, different fridges, all the accessories that are bolted onto it, from awnings to rooftop tents. They can pick those things out.
Right. Okay. And right now, what am I looking at here? This is
that's the kitchen area of the Highland 60. So the whole back area opens up, and you got a 3-burner cooktop with a sink that has on-demand hot water supplied to it, a fridge, and all of your storage is up top, along with some drawers, power supplies, light switches, everything. And what's unique about our trailers is that kitchen is what we call instant setup. You just open the door.
I would think, yeah.
You are ready.
It's right there, ready to go.
Yeah. So a lot of campers, especially compact ones, the kitchen setup is pretty labor intensive. You have to pull out a bunch of drawer slides, and once you have it set up, there's really no room to cook. You just have everything kind of sticking out right in your face. So we added in a lot of cooktop area, a lot of storage, and the ease of access is unmatched.
So it sounds like to me you or your designers have really tried to make your products unique, I guess, right?
Exactly.
That there's nothing else like it on the market, I would say.
Yeah.
From the off-roading capabilities and things like that. I mean, these things are designed to go past the campground, as you were telling me before we came on the air, right?
Yep, drive right past the RV park and go find a place that's in solitude in the mountains or, in the desert, wherever you want. And going back to that design, to design something that's simple, that's hard. So we started with, in my kitchen, in the dining area, a big sheet of butcher paper, and we drew a line at countertop height and started designing that kitchen first, and then design the camper around it. And I think a lot of manufacturers do it the opposite, so then the kitchen becomes an afterthought, and it's not nearly as functional.
Okay. Got it. And so far, I guess from the reactions from your customers, they seem to like the design, and you get some feedback from them?
They love it. We just did an actual customer feedback video that launched this week, and the kitchen and the storage and the lightweightness of the trailer being crafted from aluminum
right.
are the three biggest.
I guess that's part of it too, right? You don't want anything too heavy, I guess, if you're trying to go off-road and into the mountains, into the wilderness, things like that, right?
Exactly. And most vehicles that are made to go back into the wilderness are mid-size SUVs, and they're not designed to haul a big, huge, heavy trailer. So our designs keep that weight down, and it keeps you in control of your trailer, what you're towing it.
Got you. And we're seeing a picture right now of what you're describing, right? Is you've got one of those smaller kind of SUVs that are pulling.
Exactly, yeah. And that's right here, about 5 minutes from our shop in Glade Run in the Wash.
Right. And that's another thing about moving here that I want to ask you about, too, because, again, as we talked before, Farmington, the city of Farmington, San Juan County, and other entities in the area are really embracing this idea of outdoor recreation and really trying to find more amenities and attract more people to come here and enjoy the outdoor recreation spots that we have literally out the back door. And that's, I guess, what you find too, is you can go out and test these things anywhere, like 5 seconds away from your front door, basically, right?
Yep. And we have trailers here that we want to do a photo or a video shoot, and we just grab the camera and drive 5 minutes down the road, and you've got some pretty good tracks.
Right. And I guess some good testing, too, and proving grounds, too, right? If you wanted to put these through their paces, you could probably do that, not too far from where you're putting them together.
5 minutes after we took that picture, we were climbing up some pretty steep terrain.
Right. Yep. Nice. And so from your customers, again, this is not your father's Winnebago for sure, right? These are definitely designed for the outdoor enthusiast, the person that wants to really go off-road maybe a little bit more into the wilderness, and that's by design, right?
Exactly. Those Winnebagos, I mean, their design is to be mass produced to get that cost down. So when you get the cost down, you get exactly that. You get a cheap trailer.
Right.
And they're held together by staples, a lot of plywood. You can't really get them wet. And these are designed they're designed to be bulletproof.
Nice. And, of course, with all the technology these days, you talked about solar panels and instant hot water and things like that. I mean, some of this wasn't probably feasible even 10 years ago, but now it is because of some of these advances in technology that you're incorporating into these designs.
Yeah, and there's a lot of manufacturers out there, solar panels and electronic systems that make great lightweight components that we put into our rigs.
Right. Very, very good. And so talk to me again a little bit about the idea of moving here and setting up shop at the Enterprise Center. You wanted to stay in the Four Corners area since you started in Silverton?
Definitely. I mean, this is the gateway to outdoor recreation, and Farmington is the gateway to the desert, right? Heading over to the Valley of the Gods and Bears Ears and Moab. We have a lot of our customers, they pick up their trailers, and the first thing they do is just drive over there and test them out. And this is one of the things I'll tell them, especially when we're in Silverton and even here, is go take a shakedown trip nearby, and if you have any questions, give us a call. We'll come out and show you how to use it, make sure you know that thing inside of out and out. And I think last summer we had a customer pick one up, and he camped for 3 months before going home.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And your employees, was there any kind of pushback when you announced the move to New Mexico from Colorado. I mean, Farmington isn't Silverton, but they both have their unique qualities and things like that. How were your employees for about the news?
Yeah, some of the employees came with. They were excited for the move. They're excited for the expansion. They wanted to be a part of the growth. And some of the employees, a lot of them were, professional skiers who worked 3/4 time, and they chose to, continue skiing and backcountry skiing.
Sure.
And a few of them actually had plans to move back home out of state. So it worked out pretty well for everybody.
Gotcha. So, and you got a good crew now. And we'll be looking for more, it sounds like, as you keep expanding down here.
Yep. We just hired one last week, and we're actively interviewing for another position right now.
Gotcha. Very good. And of course, again, your story is somewhat, similar to other success stories at the Enterprise Center. That's what it's designed to do, is to take smaller companies, emerging companies like yours, and help you kind of get your feet on the ground and get your product going. And then the idea, I guess, is that eventually you might move out of that space and have your own set up somewhere in the community. Is that kind of the goal too?
That's the goal, but I'm not looking forward to moving out. It's a good spot.
Right.
I think the most valuable asset they have is the makerspace. It's a shared lab that has 3D printers, decal printers, sublimation printers, CNC machines. That includes routers, plasma cutters, mills, high quality bandsaws, press brakes. And yeah, having access to that equipment is really nice.
Right. And so, again, the makerspace, it is available for other folks to be able to go up there and discover and use, and other companies, not just yours, right? But because you're in the Enterprise Center, you get access to that. And so that can create certain specific widgets or what have you for your products and stickers and things like that you may need, right?
Yeah, exactly. We were printing stickers this morning for our upcoming trade show.
Okay.
So it's nice to be able to come up with a design and walk across the hall and print them.
Right.
There. Yeah.
Well, and then you don't have to buy that equipment either, right? Which would be a little bit of a upfront investment, I guess I would say.
Exactly. Yeah. And most of those tools, for us, they don't have much of an ROI, but when you need them, they're a lifesaver. So have access to all of that has been huge.
Right, exactly. Let me show a couple more pictures here, and I want to ask you a little bit more about what we're looking at as we look at some of the other designs. So this is kind of the very portable looking camper that you offer.
Yep, that's the Highland 60 up by the Great Sand Dunes National Park. You won't believe the amount of cow pies we had to Photoshop out of that picture.
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But you're out there in the middle of it all, right? And so, so from this small, compact design, it looks like it has a lot of ability to unfold and create a really unique space for campers, right?
Yeah, I think it's big. You open up the kitchen, open up side boxes, and that rooftop tent, and the awning. You have a lot of sunshade, protection from the weather. It gets pretty comfortable.
Nice. Very good. And let's look at some other ones here, too. So here's another shot with the vehicle, right?
Yep.
Very good. And so the suspension has to be somewhat specific, I guess, for this type of use, right? The off-roading, is that something that you spend a lot of time with?
An independent coilover suspension system that was designed by us in-house specifically for these trailers. So they're pretty well fine-tuned.
Gotcha.
And in our experience, if you take a Jeep Rubicon or even that Lexus has a very off-road capable vehicle, and I would put these trailers as just as off-road capable, if not more, than most tow vehicles. So what's nice about that is, if you can get your tow vehicle to that spot, you really don't have to worry too much about the trailer.
It's going to get there too.
It's going to follow you right there. Yeah.
Right. And so some of these mountainous roads and mountain passes can be pretty unforgiving, I guess, right? But these are also designed to kind of handle those things too, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Some of those hairpin curves are okay.
Yep.
So
hairpin turns, obviously, not too tight.
Right.
But
and take your time.
We've had them on some pretty tight, pretty steep roads, and they perform pretty well. And it's that lightweight design and the off-road suspension system that really makes it.
Right. I would think that some of your customers really enjoy the concept of camping and things like that, but maybe they go to campgrounds and things like that, and so the ability to go beyond the campground and find a really remote spot or a really unique spot up in the wilderness, as we're seeing in some of these gorgeous pictures, is got to be just exciting for them to be able to get out there and do it and find some spots on their own.
Yeah, that enables them to have fun, right?
Right.
Nobody really has fun in an RV park you have neighbors that are 5 feet away from you. You want to drive past that and you want to find your own spot. And most people, when they find their spot, is they like to disconnect it and keep it. So they spend 2-3 days there, and they take their car and they go explore and do their thing, recreate, and then come back and they got their camper ready to go. And they can cook dinner and build a fire and know that their spot has been saved.
Right, and that's what this offers you the ability to do, correct?
Exactly.
So what about your background? You must have been a camper all your life, or as a youngster, or enjoying the wilderness?
Yes, I grew up in Montana.
Okay.
Did a lot of camping out there. I think, for me, Montana back in the the 90s was pretty remote, pretty quiet, and things got pretty busy, especially in New Mexico and Colorado. So finding that spot that's yours becomes a lot more competitive.
Right.
And that's what these campers do.
Got you. Very cool. And so your co-founder, was there some other folks in this with you that came up with the idea, or that helped you put this all together then to get the show on the road, the company going?
Yeah, we were both engineers. We started off, it was during COVID, we were still working full time. But the idea came out, we were up in the mountains, driving around. I've got an old Bronco from the 70s, and so
nice.
You're driving around in one of those, people always want to talk to you. And one of the things that I noticed while talking to people was, one, they were new to the mountains. They were experiencing something new, right? And they were really excited, never been up there before, future outdoor enthusiasts, And then also, a lot of kids in the back seat with just huge smiles on their face. They were just having so much fun. And again, another set of future outdoor enthusiasts were being born because of that experience. So it was pretty inspiring. But what I noticed was, when I went back to camp and I was cooking dinner, we happened to just be camped right across from the main entrance to the trail network. And as I was cooking dinner, I watched everybody funnel out of the mountains. And we were the only ones that were actually camping there that night. And everybody went back to vacation rental or an RV park. And I felt like they were missing out on half the experience, because half of it is, cooking dinner under the stars, waking up and watching the sunrise. And I thought there must be a product that we can design that will give those people that experience, but also give them the amenities of an RV. So after that, we cleared off my kitchen table, set up our computers, and it went from graph paper to CAD, to building prototypes in our garage and then testing them. And that whole process was pretty successful. People loved them, people had fun with them, and we believed in the product. So we launched them.
Very good. And what year did you sell your first camper?
2021. It was Memorial Day.
Okay.
Yeah, and we brought it out Memorial Day weekend up in Silverton at the Iron Horse bike race.
Smart.
At the finish line, and created quite a splash. We sold our first one that day, actually.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Well, again, as we talked about, this is the area for interest in a product like this, but I imagine you've got customers from all over as they hear more and more about what you're doing and the product that you're selling and how unique it is. Where have you sold these?
I would say, most of the sales, Colorado and Texas, but we're branching out. We have a lot of East Coast owners right now, and we have some in California. So it's been mostly the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're ready to ramp up, and if you got more sales elsewhere, you'd be okay with that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
To be able to keep up with the demand.
We'd love to build them one. Yeah.
Right. Very, very cool. And again, the uniqueness about these are their abilities to be off-road and to go up into the wilderness. And are there other? I mean, do you have competitors in this line, or are you fairly unique in the space?
We do have competitors, but I'd say we're pretty unique with the amount of storage that we have, the unique kitchen system, being built from aluminum, along with the independent suspension system, makes these trailers pretty unique. There's nobody that has the amount of storage that we have, or the kitchen.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
And again, as we're looking at this picture too of the full kind of setup, as you mentioned, you have the awnings pulled out and the tent and the solar panel on the roof and things like that. That's about what you can do with these things, right? They are very expandable.
Yeah, there's a lot of products out there that you can bolt onto this to make it fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And is that something that you manufacture as well, or is it just designed to work with other third-party elements as well?
They're designed to work with other third-party elements, so the things like the awnings and the tents. There's a lot of manufacturers out there that make a lot of different types of awnings and bolt-on accessories. Each one's unique, so we work with our customers to see what their needs are and recommend, a specific manufacturer, specific design of an awning or a rooftop tent that meets their needs.
That would work. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And so for folks who are watching and listening to us this morning and maybe want to find out more details about the about this line of products, website, I know you've got a website.
Got a great website.
Okay.
We're on YouTube. We got some full walkthrough videos that we just posted. And then you can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Okay, very good. What's the website address?
Sasquatch XC.com.
Makes sense. Okay, very, very good. Or just search for that on YouTube or
Exactly.
Facebook or what have you. And the list price, I mean, do you mind giving that out on the air, or do you want that to be something that you talk to each customer about?
Well, they start around 48,000, but from there, yeah, it can go up depending
Sure.
on how you want to configure them. Yeah, I mean they're for a hand-built aluminum camp trailer. You can't beat the price.
Right.
If you buy a cheaper trailer, you're going to be spending a lot more on maintenance just to keep that thing going.
I would think so. Again, and it just takes one misplaced rock on that mountain road or what have you, right? That could really ruin your day.
It could ruin your day, and then you'd have an expensive recovery bill on
Yeah.
top of that.
Yeah, very true. Well, it's very exciting to hear about your story and the success of the company and the fact that you chose San Juan College and the Enterprise Center to move to and to continue growing your company here. I know we talk to economic development officials all the time about it sounds like you were kind of their dream of moving here and working with outdoor recreation and kind of checking a lot of boxes for companies that I know some of those economic development folks would like to see here in the area. So again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And in the future, you're just looking to expand and keep filling those orders, I guess, from your customers.
Exactly.
Very, very good. Well, I appreciate you coming in this morning. Thanks very much. Kass Kremer, the co-founder of Sasquatch XC, and continue good luck. And it's almost camping season. You got to be excited about that.
Right around the corner.
There you go. It'll be here before we know it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you
Thanks,
for being
Scott.
here. You're very welcome. KSJE and the San Juan College Native American Center present the Student Study Tip of the Week.
Hi, this is Marianne, coming to you with your study tip for the week. Ask for help. If you really don't understand a concept, ask questions. Stop by your professor's office during their office hours or contact classmates and professors via email. Some classes might even have a Facebook group to keep students engaged and create an environment to ask questions outside of class. Either way, your professors will be on your side, non-judgmental, wanting to help you understand their class in the entirety.
The Student Study Tip of the Week is presented by the San Juan College Native American Center and KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.